Hey folks, it's Frithgar here, how you doing? Welcome back to a brand new series of Oxygen Not Included. I am really quite excited to be getting back into this game. It's been a long time since we played this. We played it when it was way back in some of the earlier alpha stages. Not alpha, the early access. And a lot has changed since then, I've been told. I haven't actually played it since I last did the series, so I got no real clue what we're doing. I do remember some of it, but not a great deal, so we have a playstyle. Survival, stay on your toes, one step ahead of this unforgiving world. One slip up could bring your colony crashing down. When disaster strikes, and it inevitably will, take a deep breath and stay calm. You have ample time to find a solution. This is me we're talking about. It probably would be prudent for me to go with the no sweat version rather than staying on your toes. Alright, we'll go with that version for now. We'll go no sweat rather than anything different, and then we will see. Location details. Terra, a promising location with a balanced variety of resources. Terra meets all the requirements for duplicant life and holds no surprises. It's an ideal location for a first attempt at establishing a colony. Survival chance, ideal. This world is stable and has no unusual features. Okay, I'm not really sure if... oh, I see. Right, we've got different ones. Survival chance, probable. It is metal rich, this one is. Vast quantities of unpotable salt water. Oceania is quite stable and resource rich, but the majority of the area is covered in saltwater ocean. Careful expansion and resource usage should lead to a successful colony. So, difficulties. Survival chance likely. Establishing a foothold will be challenging due to reduced food and oxygen options. However, abundant biological and mineral resources should afford excellent long-term growth. Rhyme is likely. I'm not going to read them all. Arborea, moderate. Location details. This is Vulcanae. We got volcanoes, large glaciers, metal rich. Marginal survival chances in the Badlands. And slim for Aridio. Location with oppressively hot temperatures. Temperatures on Aridio are much higher than expected. While resources are abundant, maintaining food and infrastructure could be difficult as our colony warms. Large glaciers, small boulders. Survival chance, slim. I wondered if it was going to put one up with survival chance of nil. Just to be difficult. A wide underground desert will pose temperature threats and strain the resources of colony on oases. However, surviving the challenge should present great industrial opportunities. So we will go all the way back over here to the very basic one right here, because I'm a wuss and I don't want to take any chances. At least not for our first playthrough while I learn things. We may decide to continue on, depending on how much we enjoy it and how much you enjoy watching me blunder my way through. Choose 3 duplicants to begin. Interest, cooking, +7 cuisine. Decorating, +7 creativity. Ranching, +7 husbandry. 70% groom effect duration. +35% cooking speed. Slow learner, decreased science. Uncultured, increased decor morale bonus. Cannot do decorating errands. An ugly crier. Sticker bomber. Right. We can rename people, however, we're not likely to get over 200 duplicants in the series, so I'm not going to be using the Book of Names for this one, I don't think. I will be using the Book of Names at the end of each episode, so you will still have them on here. We're, of course, going to call our colony Frithgardia. There. Now, you gain nighttime attribute bonuses. Flatulent, farts frequently. Increased food morale bonus. Cannot do researching errands. Stress reaction is destructive. Stress reaction is ugly crier. This one does decorating. Sculpt or paint to improve colony decor. This duplicant will gain +1 morale when learning decorating skills. Cannot do researching. I don't know if these are good or not, so we're going to take those and we'll run with them. We'll see what they're like. And this is looking familiar. Alert. I've awoken at the target location, but colonization efforts have already hit a hitch. I was supposed to land on the planet's surface, but became trapped many miles underground instead. Although the conditions are not ideal, it's imperative that I establish a colony here and begin mounting efforts to escape. Okay. Right, no oxygen generator built, no outhouse built, tutorial basic controls, tutorial colony management. This is what we can see so far. We've got lots of metal up here, loads of metal. We've got algae up here, which if I remember correctly produces, you can get oxygen from it. We've got algae up here, there's a load of carbon dioxide. We've got some water here and down here as well. I forget how exactly we make water. You've got carbon dioxide in there, completely and polluted oxygen as well. So there's oxygen in there and oxygen in there. And we've got a little bit of oxygen here. We've got oxalite, which turns into oxygen. So there's a few bits of oxalite kicking around here in places, but not very much. So we have to generate oxygen from these various different resources. And we've got these three right here. Right, he's busy going with the flatulence already. That didn't take him long, did it? So I'm just going to pause that. The colony is not producing any new oxygen. Oxygen diffusers can be built from the oxygen tab. I'm just going to go and take a look at the two tutorials. Right, we've got outhouses down here. Requires no piping, must be periodically emptied of polluted dirt. Now, if I remember correctly, you can go into a carbon dioxide place. You've just got to be careful that you're not in there for too long. They've got to be able to come up into somewhere with oxygen. I've got natural gas over there, which is unbreathable. We've got oxalite up here. Now, this is 4 high. I think you wanted each area 4 high, and then you put in some flooring like that, if you can. What I'm going to do at the moment is if you press G, that allows you to dig. So if I order an area there for digging and order that to be dug and that to be dug over there, that's going to just expand this little bit out just a tiny bit further than it was. And I'd like to build an outhouse somewhere. I'm not quite sure where. The other thing that I want to do, so I want to get rid, how do I get rid of a tool? Oh, back, I right click. The other thing that I want to do is I want to go to oxygen, so I need to go here. Oxygen diffuser converts large amounts of algae into oxygen. Becomes idle when the area reaches maximum pressure capacity. I've got algae down here, so I want to be able to have access to that algae there. So I would say we kind of want to dig through here. We've got carbon dioxide under there and metal under there. So we're probably going to want to dig through this bit so that we can get an oxygen diffuser. I'd like to build one of them. Metal ore has yet to be discovered. So I don't have metal ore. I'm not able to go and get that just yet. So I will dig out that bit there as well. And I'll dig out another little bit. And then what I want to do is I wanted to dig here so that I could put a ladder down here. Because I was thinking an outhouse over here somewhere. Although I'm not quite sure where that's going to go yet. So we'll leave this bit. We want to press spacebar so that they get back to work. We're on normal play speed at the moment. Let me just pause a second and notes on duplicate maneuverability. Duplicates have limited jumping and climbing abilities. They can only climb 2 tiles high, cannot fit into spaces shorter than 2 tiles or cross gaps wider than 1. I should keep this in mind while placing errands. To check if an errand is accessible, I can select a duplicant and click Show Navigation to view all areas within reach. Okay, that's easy enough. So they're going to dig through this lot. If they, it used to be that if they ran out of oxygen, they would run back to an area that had oxygen in it. And then they were all tickety-boo and wonderful. So I've got a few basic items here now. We've got ladders, tiles, and storage bins. I've got plumbing available. Oxygen is not yet available. I need metal to be able to get that one. I've got metal in under here, so we're going to have to go for some of that. Now, right there, I've got a hatchling. I think I can go... Attack? What do I do? Yeah, attack. There. They attack him. And then we've got some food. We've got meat right in there that they've gone and delivered now. And they've gone and put stuff into there. So they're now gathering up materials. But no, they're only putting meat in here in the ration box. All edible. Max 150. It's unrefrigerated. We got 22 in there. Germs. No surface germs. Errands. No pending deliveries. Properties. Status. Right, I'm not really sure what's in here or how... Oh, wait, there. Contents. Nutrient bar, 20 kilos. Meat, 2 kilos at 20 degrees. Fresh, 99%. Next up, what I want to do is I want to go into here, I think, and I want to dig that one out. And then I want to dig down this way. Actually, I don't want to dig down. I then want to go to the base here, and I want to build a ladder down there. Okay, you got to stop with the farting, because, like, seriously, that's not the way forward. Now, we've got a load of water in here, so we're going to want to be able to access that water. We're going to want to be able to use it, but we've also got to keep in mind that we don't want anything to pollute that water. So if I put outhouses here, that's going to cause us a problem with the water, right? We're not going to be able to easily access the, well, anything, really. So, in order to not worry about that too much, first I want to get the copper. So I'm going to dig out all of that copper right there. I'll have them dig that out. I'll also dig this out over here like this. They're going to dig up that plant, whatever that is. I've now got the oxygen diffuser right here. So I'm going to put the... I'll drop that one up there for a minute, I think. I'm not going to put it anywhere else. I think that can just go there. And food over here. I want the toilets. I need an outhouse. We've got an oxygen generator, an oxygen diffuser. We've got something there at least. And then and look at these guys. They're struggling to breathe. So how do I get rid... I need to be able to get rid of the carbon dioxide. Look, see, they come up here and then they can breathe. This oxalite does drop oxygen into them, so they're able to use that for breathing. But these guys in here... Oh, there's a little tiny bit of oxygen up there that they're able to use. Alright. So they are able to come down here, and this is something that I remember from last time I played this game. Was that they're able to do these things. Oh, right. Now, I need power next. That one won't run without any power. So what we got to do is we've got to have a generator. So I'm going to put the generator over here. That's going to be in the... No, I'm not. I'm not going to put that one in yet. I'm going to go here to base. And I'm going to put tile in there like that. And then I'm going to go... I'm going to leave that. No, I'm not going to do that either. I'm going to come out of there. I'm going to dig again. I got a little bit of algae right there, which we're going to want. But then what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a line all the way along here. So that I go all the way over this algae. And then I'm going to go base in here, tile, and I'm going to tile that in like that. And I'm going to also dig out that little bit right there. So I will just see how they get on with doing that. Don't know whether this is the right thing to be doing, whether I need to be digging out quite this much just yet. He's picking up sandstone because he's going to be putting it into there to... dig down and place some of this stuff. We've got a little bit of oxygen coming in here, and I've got algae there ready to go into the oxygen diffuser. I just don't have the necessary stuff for building like the rest of it. Well, actually, I do have the necessary stuff, but I want to build it over here. So the next thing I want to do is I want to go to power, and I want to go for a manual generator, and I want to put that one down there like that. Then I want to take wire, and I want that wire to go under here like that, and then up into there like that. So we come out of here. If I remember correctly, you were supposed to put the wires, you keep them under the floors. If you can keep the wires under the floors, they stay out of the way and they don't cause any problems. And then the pipes, you put them up above the roof. So we've got this layer here right now, and I want to go, I want to click on that one and then attack. Get them all to come in and attack this dude. Do it before you kill Ellie. Right, so we got a little bit of food right there. There'll be a little bit of meat available for him. And we take that out. I'm then going to want to go into base. They can jump up onto that ladder if they want to, but I'm going to add another little bit in there. And then tiles here, I can actually go and put tile all the way along the bottom. Like that, and they will go and just put that in, and I'm going to put that in underneath all of those, and then I'm going to go with the dig, and I'm going to dig out those 3 on there as well. I'm not going to dig anything else out. It's lunchtime. No, a right click. So what are you doing down here? There's food up there available if you want to go and get it. She's just picked up some, she's picked up some meat and she's eating. So we press tab. That speeds up time so we can run a little bit faster. So why are they... Right, the terrible meal. They weren't happy with their food. What are they doing now? I'm now going really fast. Nighttime. I guess they've actually got to stop and rest for a little bit. Like, it all work and no play makes Jack a dull boy, and all work and no play makes replicants bored, which they don't like. So that's why they had to stop and rest. So we're running along like this. We're going to run through the night, digging for resources. We'll have a look at this. Every colony needs to get going. It's found in the ground. By instructing a duplicant to dig in an area, I can mine resources to build infrastructure, find food, and clear space for the colony to grow. I can access the dig tool G, which allows me to select the area I want my duplicants to dig. I still haven't built my toilet. This is an important thing, but I don't want to build my toilet above the water. I want them to go over here, or maybe over this way, so that I can build... Where's the best place to build the toilet? If they could dig some of this out, I could build a toilet over here, I guess. I know what I'll do. I will press C, and that cancels those 2. And then dig that out, like that. And I'll run it down, and I'll put a toilet down in here. That's what we'll do. We'll put a toilet down in here. So I'll dig that out as well. And that bit. Right. Press space. They really need a toilet at the moment. And I haven't provided a toilet for them to use. And I really should soon. I've got someone in there who's desperate for the toilet. This is probably not the best way to go about doing this. Like, they're going to end up soiling themselves, and that's not the way to do it. And we've also got a whole load of stuff here. I tell you what, I will build a toilet for them. We go to plumbing in here, we'll build an outhouse, and I will put one here. Don't like putting it above the water, because that could ultimately end up contaminating the water, which is a bad thing. But I don't think I got much choice at the moment. We'll move it later. I'll see about moving it later, because they're able to hold their breath, come down in here. Maximum gas pressure. What's gas pressure? Right. Duplicant temperature, polluted water. There's the polluted water, yeah, because I didn't build the outhouse. Just don't want this to be polluted, because we'll have to clean it. And that's a lot worse. Made a mess. Right. To-do list. Let me just cover that one. The mop tool M can be used to clean up duplicant-related spills. Right. I don't know if they will do it automatically, so we will do that and order them to clean like that. No outhouse still. Polluted water. Polluted water slowly emits polluted oxygen, which accelerates the spread of disease. Duplicants will also be stressed by walking through polluted water, so I should have my duplicants clean up any spills by clicking and dragging the mop tool. Right. Temperature. Environments that are extremely hot or cold may affect Duplicants' internal body temperature and cause undue stress. Opening a temperature overlay, F3, checking the thermal tolerance box allows me to view all areas. Right. I cannot use the F keys because those interfere with my recording software, so I have to do it like this. Right. Temperature, warm. Temperature seems absolutely fine. I mean, these guys themselves, they seem a little bit over warm. We've got some heat down here. Ooh, there's some cool things in here. There's some awesome stuff. Yeah, that's stuff that we will find later on. Let's zoom out a little bit. What do we got? I see. Yeah, so we've got polluted oxygen in there. We've got carbon dioxide. We've got oxygen. Oxygen, carbon dioxide, and more carbon dioxide up over there. Let's keep going then. I'll move it back to the medium speed on here, and yeah, they're soiling themselves pretty badly right now. Let's do that so they mop it up. They'll leave it in these bottles, which is, you know, great and all, but we're going to need somewhere to tip it all. I think that what they do is they take it in turns to run on there. He's got soggy feet. We've got more soiling has happened up here, so I need to mop the entire... I got to mop everywhere. Everything has got to be mopped up. I'll let them keep mopping. Right, they're doing the mopping up here, and they seem to be doing an absolutely wonderful job of it, so they can just sort of put everything there into their various different things. And here we're building the outhouse. We'll be able to use that one. I'm hoping they'll be able to use that one. They're currently working on all of this. Once I get them to dig down here, so they can use the outhouse there to start with, and then I'm thinking I'm going to put an outhouse down here so that they're more able to deal with it. So I've got an oxygen diffuser here. So let's have a look. Oxygen overlay. We'll have a look at that one. We've got oxygen up here. We've got soiled stuff down here that is causing us some issues. We've got power, materials, light, plumbing, ventilation. Right, what does that do? Outpipe, building intakes, decor, germs. Right, we've got lots of germs here everywhere. Farming, rooms, oxygen. Right, well, we know about the oxygen. I just need them to, like, clear through some of this. So they're climbing up at the moment and getting through to some of the oxygen. And then once they've gone and gotten rid of that bit, then I can go back to base building. 1, 2, 3, 4, like that. And then under the base building, I can go like that. And I can have them dig out a little bit more in there. Shouldn't take too long, and that'll allow me to build my outhouse down the bottom here. Have we built? Yes, at least we've built the outhouse right now. So what have I got over here? That's mealwood seed. We've still got oxygen. I've still got oxygen at the moment. This is the single most difficult thing for me, is dealing with all of the oxygen. But look. Oh, I need a sink. I need a sink. And plumbing. Pitcher pump. That puts clean water into there. I need to get rid of the dirty water. And then I've got a bottle emptier, which I'm going to need. You see that dude there? I would not want to be his bedmate. Like, seriously, you wouldn't want to sleep in the same room as that dude. Oh, that was brilliant. Right, now, storage. There is a way that we can do storage that I remember from before, is you can build a tank. You basically, you get a tank. You get the base in here. We go... Stores solid resources of your choosing. Right, we've got another day dawned. They're busy doing their work. So what's she doing at the moment? She's disinfecting. Right, well, that's good at least. She's able to do disinfection stuff. Then oxygen here. I've only got oxygen diffusers right now. Food. Microbe musher. Will not fabricate items unless recipes are queued. We're probably going to want to build one of these. I'll put one of them up there. Like that. I figure that's probably an important thing. I'll let them dig this bit out over here, and then I'm thinking that I need to put a dirty water system over this side. But I don't know how, I don't remember how to build a dirty water system. I'm not quite sure what I should be doing to build said dirty water system. Your bottle emptier empties bottles of liquids back into the world, and you've got a pitcher pump manually pumps liquid into bottles for transport. So I could get one of those, put it down in here for clean water, which I'll actually run along here to deal with, and then we've got this as clean water. Right, let's have a look. Unrefrigerated food. These foods are stored but not refrigerated meat. Insufficient oxygen. My colony is consuming more oxygen it's producing. It will run out of air if I do not increase production. Notes on duplicant disease risk. Germs such as food poisoning and slime lung can cause disease in my duplicants. I can use a germ overlay to view germ concentrations and even detect the sources spawning them. Build wash basins from... Oh, it's medicine. Buy colony toilets. Okay. New log entry. I've almost synthesized enough ooze to print a new duplicant. Once the ooze is ready, all I have left to do is choose a blueprint. It would be helpful to have an extra set of hands around the colony, but having another duplicant also means another mouth to feed. Of course, I could always print supplies to help my existing duplicants instead. I'm sure they would appreciate it. Ah, print supplies instead. Next, print 0.3 cycles. Printing pod, iron ore. Ah. Hardwire imperatives. Maintain 16 morale. Print 12 duplicants. Build a great monument. Printing pod. Right, well, we'll look at that in more detail a little bit later. Fetching water, build a pitcher pump. Over a pool of liquid, my duplicants will be able to bottle it up, manually deliver it wherever it needs to go. So we're going to want to be able to do that. I'm also going to want to turn this into a tank so that I can store dirty water down here. That's where I want the dirty water to go, is down that bit. So we've got this being cleaned out over here. And I'm going to do a little bit extra work on here. I'm going to dig out that bit there. And then I'm going to dig out those bits right there and dig up that one as well. I'm not going to dig anything else for a minute. I'm going to let them keep working on that. And I'm hoping then, once I've cleared it, actually we'll be able to go and put that one in right now. Medicine over here. Ah, wash basin, tasteful memorial, massage table for reducing stress. Wash basin would be very, very useful. But right now, before I build that one, I'll tell you what. I build a wash basin on here. Because that makes them wash their hands when they go past it. So I want them to wash their hands when they come out of the pit of grime. That's going to be a pit of grime in there. They got no oxygen in here either. And this is not helping the oxygen situation either. At all. It is really not helping the oxygen situation. Then we're going to go over to plumbing, and we're going to go to outhouse, and I'm going to build an outhouse right here, which they'll be able to use. Fortunately, they're not getting through this particularly quickly, because they're running out of oxygen too fast. So we're going to need to be able... Well, unfortunately, that's all we've got time for a little while. We need to let the replicants rest. So if you've enjoyed this episode, then please head down below and give us a like. And if you really enjoyed it, then please tell your friends all about me. Get them to come and watch as well. That would be awesome. And I am just going to drag out this farewell just a tiny little bit, just so that there is enough space and time on the screen to put up a couple lots of you absolutely wonderful supporters of the channel. You should be seeing some of your names coming up now. So until next time, thank you very much for watching. This is Frithgar. Goodbye, and see you later.